Visionplus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. Visionplus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Visionplus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Visionplus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Visionplus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously, create dozens of quick lists, display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Happy Saint-Jean-Baptiste, Bonne Saint-Jean-Baptiste to all of you who are from Quebec. This is why I'm wearing blue today. This show today, folks, is going to be dedicated to your questions because the market situation still remains boring, I would say, in terms of swing trading. So before I take a look at some of the situation with the sectors, let me make a look at the news here. Let me share with you some news. First of all, we had the talks between Greece and its creditors that have been halted because they rejected the proposals by the Greek government. Now the talks, they say they will resume later tonight and they should continue tomorrow because yesterday they gave 48 hours to Greece to come up with a credible plan. So Greece missed its first strike. Now it's all for tonight to see what they can come up with. Also, the IFO confidence index in Germany has actually declined, is below estimates. It's actually something that was kind of predictable because it's all happening in Greece. Even if Germany links with Greece are not as strong as with other countries, but still we do have the pessimism towards Greece that is impacting business confidence in Germany. Now, for the news that we have here in the American markets, we have one news here on Netflix. Netflix, they announced a stock split of 7-for-1. It's in order to make the share more affordable for regular investors, which is a good news. And we know Netflix has some growth of potential, especially because they want to target right now China, because they say in the US that their growth for subscribers has actually matured, and so it's something to be watched to see if Netflix can cut a deal in China. Hopeful markets, they're actually being investigated by a New York regulator, and because they say that the company actually charged higher to their customers. Freeport-McMoRan, they will actually make an IPO of Freeport-McMoRan Oil and Gas for a value of $100 million. The ticker will be FMOG. So this stock here actually broke out. Actually, for this stock, it's a stock where we could have a pursuit of the rally though in the next few days. The GDP in the US for the first quarter has declined by a minus 0.2%. However, it's in line with estimates. Concerning our Canadian side, we have AGF Management that released their earnings. They beat estimates, but revenues declined by minus 0.2%. TransCanada, two news. One, they will cut some jobs, and because they say that they're impacted by weak oil prices. But they also said that there's a report that was issued by the Energy Department of the US that says that oil produced by the bitumen sands, oil sands in Canada have higher greenhouse gas than the oil that is produced in the US. So this actually gives ammunitions to the opponents of Keystone Pipeline, especially if oil of Canada is dirty, according to the study. Now, in Canada, they will also cut jobs, but they say that it's not because of weak oil prices, it's simply because we're changing our structure. And for Tweed Marijuana and Bedrocan, those two stocks are clearly breaking out today. And the thing is that they will merge, and those two companies, they will actually be the leader in the medical marijuana business in Canada. 25% of the total production and the total market shares. And in the article I was reading that this company here, they want to actually start to go into other places in South America, for instance. And we also have, so this is actually in Rogers today. The stock is going up because they acquire Mobilicity. Mobilicity, this company had some problems though, because for the last 20 months, they were facing a bankruptcy. And Rogers Communication was able to get this company by paying $465 million. So might have been a bargain there for Rogers Communication who bought that company when it had some trouble. So we have a lot of questions that are coming out. Now for those questions here, I'm going to make a research for some of them, but we're going to start with the questions of Eve about day trading, and it's all coming in the next segment. So Eve, it's hard to discriminate the good buying signals from the bad ones and to assess their potential. Yes, you're right. However, this is a technique, Eve, I can show you that we use. For day trading, of course, we take a look at the intraday chart, right? Now, how to assess the potential of a stock? Well, let's take a look at our day trade of the day, which is SYMX. Intraday wise, you see that the stock has been really active. We had one entry point here on the break of that former resistance of June 23rd, another breakout here on the break of that resistance. So you had two entry points. Now, can those two entry points have given us some potential, and would the stock have a probability to continue that bullish momentum? Well, what you have to take a look at, it's not the intraday chart to see if the stock has some potential after determining if it gave an entry point on its intraday chart, is to see on a daily basis what is the stock doing. So for instance, on SYMX, what are the odds that the stock could continue? Right now we have the 10-day in red that is bouncing up towards the 30-day moving average in yellow, which is a bullish signal. MACD heading towards overbought situation, positive signal. Histogram making a higher bottom outwards, it's towards 30-40%. It's also a good signal. So we do have a lot of indicators that are showing us that SYMX has the potential to continue. Now, intraday wise, by looking at the stocks, you might say to yourself, you know what, if I got in here, and even if the stock is not doing much, I will be patient, because on the daily chart, I'm looking at the momentum indicators, stochastics, histogram, moving average, and I'm seeing a wave of buyers that's persistent on that stock. So even if you got in here at 153, you're gonna have to be patient and actually wait for the stock to break 148, and even be willing to hold that position overnight and make sure you watch it tomorrow to actually close that position. Because even if you have not been able to take some profit, if you bought at 153, which was the entry point intraday wise, it could happen. You could actually be in a situation where the stock could break 157 tomorrow or so, because the momentum indicators on the daily chart are actually really bullish. So this is actually some things you could use. Look at the intraday chart to see if the stock is liquid, and second of all, look at on the daily chart, what are the momentum indicators doing? Can the stock pursue its rally, and can it give you the at least 5 or 6 or 10% potential to take some profit on that stock? So I think with those, Eve, you'll be better positioned to determine the good buying signals that could allow you to have some potential on the upside to take some profit. Now, Adam, how do you assess the energy sector for the reversal of its downward trend? Well, the sector still remains within its downward corridor. The thing that we're waiting on marketgurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days is to see, can the sector break 216, 217 points, because that will be the clear reversal of this downward trend. Can it do that? Well, we see that there's a big 50-day moving average that's there. We could actually stop around those area. I don't see why the energy sector should go up, especially with the data coming out of the GDP. I don't see the Europe, especially with what's happening in Greece, confidence in Germany that's going down. I don't see why investors will rush into energy companies so far to allow them to have a bullish momentum, because the pessimism that's in the market will actually not create a wave of buyers on energy stocks. So on marketgurus.tv, yes, there are some energy stocks that we had to get rid of, but those have been some exceptions. For instance, Jones Energy was recommended as a short here. We were able to take some profit around this area, but because the stock got back to the price that we shorted it, we decided to close out positions instead of waiting for the break of that resistance at 10.02. But there's also another position, such as Kelt Exploration, that we have as a short on the energy sector on the Canadian side. It was recommended on June 8th. But as long as the stock remains below its resistance of 920, we're going to continue to hold on to it. So how do I assess the potential that the sector could reverse its downward trend? Personally, we believe that it's not going to do it. We believe it's going to stabilize around 217. Unless it breaks 217, 218, this is where we could say that we're going to have to close several of our short positions and even bearish ETF that we have on the energy sector. But right now, I definitely don't think that it's a moment to panic among your short positions on that sector.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
Welcome back. So we have some questions from Tom. Hi, Chris. What's the ticker for Baltic Dry Index? I can't find it on Market Vision. We don't have it in Market Vision though, Tom. We tried to look at it on even other sites like Google Finance, but we couldn't find a ticker for that. So the only one is that if on Bloomberg we were able to find some, the index, but it's not on Market Vision. It's something that might be related to some of our suppliers who just don't provide us that index, the Baltic Dry Index. However, I'm sure I can show you here a list of some maritime stocks. I don't know if we have a list of US 8. Thank you. So this is a list of maritime stocks. So this is the maritime and transportation sector. So if you want to take a note, can we take out my picture, please? Take off my picture. Thank you. So Tom, this is actually the maritime and transportation sector. This is actually the ones that we use. Those are all the stocks that we have in the index. and those are the ones that we actually use to determine if there's a bullish or bearish movement in the maritime and transportation sector. So DGUSMT, you have it on Market Vision, but I don't know if it's the same as the Baltic Dry Index that you're talking about. And those are all the stocks that are in the index. What's your favorite stock at around $1 I can add to my watch list? Well, I don't have any. Well, that could be that one here. Venaxis can really be explosive sometimes, so that stock could fit that, but right now it's definitely not a buy for that stock, right? Could reach a target of 68 cents. APPY on NASDAQ. Really, there's no around $1. The day trade of the day today, SYMX, is also around $1. What else? Really, it's mostly on the NASDAQ that you're gonna find those stocks. And what I would advise you to do is, by making the free trial of Market Vision on NASDAQ, this is actually where you can find the top picks. So on NASDAQ, usually they're not always around $1, but a lot of them are, because a lot of them are new stories, new biotech companies that are coming in. So I would advise you to make the free trial of marketgurus.tv and take a look at the ones that you have on NASDAQ. Or what you could do is that, you could do a scan on Market Vision. So you put a scan here. I'm sure you want to trade it. You on the day trade, so you put winners, last opening, 50. Let's say you put 25,000 here. You put a maximum price, let's say of $3 maximum, and take a look at what are the best picks on Toronto at $3. So those are all the picks that you have. So this is a way for you to scan the market, see what are the stocks. So for instance, around $1, there's LRE that's really active today on the energy sector, but it's reaching a resistance. So if it could break that higher than 87 cents, that stock could be interesting for day trading again for another target of 97 cents. So this is a way you could do that. Either a scan, winners, last opening, you put the ticker and you put the maximum price on Market Vision, or you can actually make the free trial of marketgurus.tv, and I would advise you to take a look at the top 5 picks, especially the ones on the NASDAQ. Those are actually some nice ones you should actually favor. Now I'm going to take one question here. What do you think of CNL? Okay, and NLN. Well, both are great stocks, though. Really, CNL is an exception to the rule, especially with gold stocks. Now, CNL, what can I say about this stock? Well, let me put a Fibonacci retracement on that stock. I believe that right now on CNL, if you want to buy that stock, I don't think it's appropriate, because look at this downward trend there that we're just testing. It also corresponds to the 38.2% retracement on CNL. Overbought stochastics. So I think it's more due for a stabilization phase, and then in the new breakout higher than 311, it's going to be a go. As for Nulian Pharmaceuticals, wow, man, it's so far from its 200-day moving average. I don't know. You could trend trade that stock, buy it and hold on to it as long as it maintains its upward trend, but you're gonna have to tolerate a big correction though until 144. From 164 to 144, are you willing to tolerate that on LNN? That's the question you need to ask yourself, Pat. So for me, both are great stocks. For Continental Gold, I think the stock is going to have a pause soon, higher than 311. That will be the other buying signal. As for Nulian, it's not a buying opportunity. It's a stock that maintains its upward trend. I find it too far, but if you want to trend trade that stock and be willing to tolerate a loss until 141, 140, because this is where we will reverse this upward trend, then that could be also a go on a stock like NLN, but I find it really more risky for NLN. So I'm going to take the other questions tomorrow. Again, folks, I wish you all une bonne Saint-Jean-Baptiste, and see you tomorrow on the Swing Trading Show.